few weeks, it just seems like with every poet I talk, this poetry silence just keeps coming up again and again. So maybe next year, Matwaala could be like Chupwala or something. Silence is great. I feel like telling myself, shut up. So I can't. So, Salim was telling me that I'm a better critic than a poet, and I hope I can correct. I think he's under a misimpression, so I'm trying to,
Don't expose me.
It may be that my criticism is really good, and you think that, but it's a misimpression.
Brilliant.
Thank you. So, as far as poetry is concerned, love or death? That was the question yesterday. So today's the last day, and I'm going to die. So this is the time to do death. So this book is called Death is a Festival, and read a couple of sonnets from here. He stood a little still. He had to write the scripts himself, followed by a public meeting arranged for television. He was now formally accused by Iphicrates. He went not only willingly, but ambitiously, proposing a single metric brick format which was adopted by the industry. Applying all manner of folk remedies, the graciousness of the earth abated. They were born and had always lived in the franking world. In a very free and easy posture, he who beats his slave without fault, a cubist or a free verse writer, he that is dead because she cannot stand the smell of freebasing. As the vehicle travels round to the back of the moon, the dead merchants should be exempted. The death was reckoned a godsend. She was a child, true English liquor, journeying or working. Even here, the modern gospel of soap and water has made much progress. There will be no further go-slows or stoppages, and every man will work his full shift. She stretched out her hand to grab at the ledger. A very dangerous young criminal, a square-rigged Arab coasting vessel, the in-crowd currently surging in their granny dresses, Stalin caps, sawn-off skirtlets, and mini beards. A thrush broke forth in a gratitude of song. The greeneries of the winter, troubled by that terrible insect, the train proceeding higher and higher, where lay the growing point of poetry in our time. This cover, this is a prose poetry hybrid, and I have basically all the major religions and mythologies of the world, and I intentionally left out Islam, which is a tradition I was born in. And then when I did the cover, I don't know how it happened, but it sneaked back in, because this is a page from, illustration from Ferdowsi's Shahnama, The Death of Piruz. And this just seemed to make total sense. So here it is on the cover. I couldn't get away from it. It got me. Yes. This is my period piece, as Kiki might call it, when I was a committed poet, and I was writing all this public poetry, engaging with all the political issues of the day. And I did that for 10, 15 years, and there's like Abu Ghraib and Guantanamo, all the stuff that was happening. And I don't do that anymore. And in the newer books, I just have one political poem. And that's all it is. And it's called Drone Wars. So, Drone Wars. A screaming comes across the sky. No, it doesn't. And that's it. So I'm done with my commitment. I'm not committed anymore. I've accepted defeat. I've lost. I thought when I was doing it that I was not only taking on the state but transcending it, but I don't think so. This is from Suraya. I wrote these experimental sonnets a couple of years ago, and I'll read just one. Oh, Suraya is a really strange book. It's like necromancy or the I Ching or something. Whatever's going on in your life, it's like you open it and the answer is right there. Or even the word that you use that day, it happens to me all the time. So I just use it like, I don't know. This is sonnet number 27. Emerging from nowhere, trophy wife, troubleshooting, tumble down Tuileries, Tuk-tuk in a tumult of tungsten hearts. Suraya, Tudor rose earnest like eaglet in my underwater earhole. Diaspora applauds defloration on degree day. Dehradun defies political frost, post-restant possessive pronouns, Suraya, so embark on postals like rhizomorphs deluded, like Reeboks running repairs for runways in Runnymede. My rupiah feeds Silicon Valley's silent semicolons, antique seeks of slang, slag heaps of slave steak, touch-me-nots, tula maud. So I looked up diaspora in the morning, and I opened up, and the first one was diaspora right there. It's magic. The book is magic. There you go. And we were speaking of Kawafi last night, and you read yours. So this is from Sonnets to X. Yes, Alexandria, the gentleman in the white suit standing at a slight angle to the universe could be me. If I'd had the right education in the classics, if I'd had beloved Antioch or some similar quake-destroyed ancient town for attachment, if cafes in the declining parts of town were where I held court, ennobling the night's hard crust of love, I would be immobilized like a bird caught in fire. But this is not me. Your eroticism is an unmixed message. As is always the case with well-fed girls, you have never betrayed the brutal singularity. You believe in reincarnation, coming back to avenge every dream, and the damp pelts of hurt on your back are in fact signs of harmless peace. It's Sappho. We were searching for Sappho's academy on the carefree island of Lesbos. It is best to survive in fragments, I said, if you live by the lyre. You insisted she jumped off a cliff in love with the ferryman. Was Clyde her daughter or lover, and does it matter? 9 times fate called, and she rose like Socrates to take all the questions and refute none. It matters that you are of her party. When all is said and done, I think centuries ahead, as my race is set to do. I am yellow-backed and cave-like when I research my own past. You, like Sappho, decline to state the plain truth that my days are numbered. Celine, you like to do objects, and so do I. So this is also prose poetry, so I think 2 birds in 1 stone. I didn't used to write prose poetry, but then I got really into it after a while. Franz Wright, a friend who died very recently, he did a lot of great prose poetry at the end of his life, and when he did that, somehow it clicked, and I was like, yeah, I started doing it too. So this one is called Kettle. She found love, rumor from a railroad, holding your nose at breath of waters. Fey lovelies have endangered salmon centuries to habitate short canyons of delight. Fuel stifles Mediterranean longevity, whistling for Sepharis's eyesight. I am a fire-closed chaparral in a Sunday altercation. Laughter in a pancreatic doze, a hot affair at the farm, windows closed. O steam, O calculus of middle age, O minor steel goddess, give us rest. A lot of people read poems about rain yesterday morning. Rain. Blog the sun, refreshing yellow scum, binary pool, tie-dyed desecration, eating strawberries in gruel of torture, hands bound, wall of umbrella, skies, tickets, purchased in nods, Vanilla, so long, you puerile fans. Swampy brains, the dreams of a cat whose prank adobe hides shelters of candid yeses. Splatter, splatter, bring slippery memes. Ghazal, sleep. The ghazal in me.